I know y'all not scared in the market right now. I know y'all not scared in the market. If you scared, go to church. My name is Crypto Millie, and every day I talk about crypto. Now, many would look at this as a nightmare, but some, the opportunists, may look at this as a gift, a gift. And I'm going to be talking about the potential last phase of the market and how it could look. I've been doing a little bit of back testing data, and this right here, this chart is probably the most scariest chart in crypto right now because a lot of people are starting to see a lack of liquidity, right? And BTC usually lags this chart. So we're going to be talking about this chart. We're also going to be taking a look at our liquidation maps here. So it is good that we do have some, some bars of liquidity here at 100K and at 95K. A little bit stronger at 95K, but we know the market tends to do the opposite. Taking a look at the weekly, we got a little bit of more stronger bar here for the weekly. So yeah, the market could be positioning itself to go sort of like in this sideways crab walk, right? Where a lot of people are going to get shook out the market, right? They'll get shook out the market because of time capitulation, right? We're going into a new year. People frankly just want to enjoy their money, right? And we're seeing more so a sell off, a profit taking sell off opposed to leverage, right? This is more of can I withstand downside and volatility, right? Can I withstand that? And you got to ask yourself, right? Can you withstand this volatility, especially if you just bought into the market, which I know a lot of people that are new into crypto just bought into the market and they're not used to these type of days. But I'm here to tell you this is absolutely normal. In fact, one could say this is where the money is actually made. Now I want to go into a chart, right? Because I wanted to do a little bit of research here about how important quantitative easing is, potentially to the market, right? So I know that there's a potential pause in 33 days and we won't get another Fed cut. So some people can look at that as bearish. But on the flip side, the, um, kind of like not cutting so fast can stop inflation from coming back too fast, which would shorten the cycle anyways, right? If inflation came back strong, that would shorten the cycle, right? Because the Fed would be forced to continue to tighten monetary policy. So we want to talk about if that actually matters to crypto, right? So what I was able to do is kind of like go across, you know, history, take a trip back in history, and I kind of back tested this Bitcoin chart. And each time after the post halving year, there was a huge run up, right? There was a huge run up in, and I can go all the way back here to 2012 because I looked at all of them, and all of them it showed me a huge run up post halving year. Now, 2012, right? We had the halving, and then we were right here, right? January, market didn't really do anything, right? But we had this huge run up to the upside, and this was Bitcoin, right? And this is 2013, right? But it was the post halving year where you see the huge run up, right? I believe that was a year we had quantitative easing, right? So in 2013, the U.S. was tapering its third round quantitative easing, which had started in 2012. So we were still going through quantitative easing there in 2012, 2013, which we seen a nice little run post halving for BTC, right? The same thing happened here. We had the halving, we had this sell off right here, right here, December, January. We had the sell off, the same type of sell off, and then post halving year, we had a huge run up with BTC here. And 2016, 2017 was the post halving year, right? So flipping to that, right? And the thing about so special here about the 2017 year is that we didn't have quantitative easing. So by 2017, quantitative easing had ended and the Federal Reserve was normalizing its balance sheet. So this right here proves we're already debunking that theory, right? That we need to have quantitative easing. And of course, liquidity rules everything. I know, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that if they just dry up the liquidity, the market is going to just go to the upside. But 2017, they weren't really adding to the balance sheet and they weren't actually taking anything off. They were just normalizing, right? So whatever normalizing means to you, it means to you, right? But at the end of the day, we had a huge post halving rally, right? 2020, we know that this was definitely quantitative easing right here. And this was a massive run up, you know, in the year of the halving. And then coming up here to January, we had the same little sell-offs. I don't know really understand where the whole Christmas pump comes from, but we had the same little sell-off. And then we had post-halving year here. We had a nice little run-up, but I would say most of the damage was done, you know, closer to the halving, right? So this is kind of like the outlier. You can take it however you want to take it based on how you look at the market, but there was a continuation of the cycle, the post halving year. And well, guess where we're at right now? We're here again, right? And you know, 2021 was important because the Fed resumed QE in response to the economic fallout, continuing significant asset purchase support the economy, right? So I would say that there's a good chance that we can still do what we need to do as far as the cycle post halving, regardless of the market. Because even looking at the total chart here, it was the same exact thing, right? Post halving year, huge run up. Post halving year, huge run up. Post halving year, huge run out, right? The year after the halving, right? Post halving year, huge run out. So same. This is the total cryptocurrency market cap, right? Okay, you want to say Millie, did it happen with altcoins? Same thing happened. We didn't have any information for 2013. But 2017, we know that the halving was somewhere in 2016. There was a huge post-halving year run up all the way to Q4 2017, which in today's time would be Q4 2025, right? That was the top. Again, here had the halving on somewhere in May 2020. Post halving year right here, December, January, altcoins were, you know, doing it. And I really, you know, they had a nice little run, but it wasn't as explosive as what was to come the post halving year, which is an insane altcoin season. The post halving year, which again ended in Q4 of the next year, right? So many people would say that the altcoin season run is going to end Q4 2025. And now we're here once again, December, January, you know, area. Will this be the rest of the run up here with the altcoin season after our little small correction going into 2025, right? So, you know, that's pretty much how things look. I think that this shakeout here is more of the everybody's not supposed to make it shakeout. I was anticipating the crash. I'm happy it's happening earlier than later because I didn't even get to the point of where I planned on taking a little bit of profits, which is around the inauguration. It's happening now. Decided not to take any profits, and if so, well, in you know, I didn't take any profits, but what I did do is I added to my portfolio. If you're in the Patreon, you know the two tokens that I did, added it, to my portfolio. And this is the thing, right? We're seeing, I got, we're tracking influencers and smart wallets, right? So, if you're in the Patreon, then you know exactly the trade that we made, right? But smart wallets are still buying crypto, guys. BlackRock, Smart Money, KOLs, influencers, they're still buying crypto. So there's still opportunity, in my opinion, for 2025. What's the chances of us having, QE? And I said, it's just about a 4 out of 10, right? On a scale of 1 to 10, I said, what are the chances of us having QE? And, AI gave me a 4, right? Just because everything seems to be going well, right? We're not cutting rates too fast. Inflation is not coming back as fast. The Fed got, to the number, close to the number. They didn't get all the way to the number. They got close to the number that they wanted to get to. Now it's about keeping everything steady. That way we don't, have this rise in inflation, right? And if pausing instead of cutting is what's needed, right, then there's no reason to, go into quantitative easing according to what AI believes, right? I hope we get QE. I hope we get blasted with liquidity, because I know it's going to, like, 2025 is going to be crazy in crypto if we do get blasted with liquidity, right? So this just proves that it doesn't necessarily, we don't have to necessarily get QE. Of course, global liquidity could rise anyway, but we don't necessarily have to get into QE to have a explosive 2025. So get what you got, from that video, man. Hopefully you guys kind of had an understanding. These are some of the catalysts that I expect to happen. If you got to pause the video, go watch some of the former videos. But at the end of the day, Bitcoin still hasn't broken the pi cycle indicator, and we still have to see, what Trump is going to say January 20th, how crypto regulation is going to look, if banks will be able to, walk into that environment of self-custody, right? We still got to look at these things that could potentially be catalysts for 2025, right? And 2024 was a great year for crypto. You can say what you want to say. We got Bitcoin ETFs, Ethereum ETFs, you know what I'm saying? A lot of tokenization, from artists, all type of stuff. 2024 was a great year for just crypto and adoption for crypto. And I think it only gets adopted more as, as the journey continues. So y'all let me know what y'all think, man. We going into 2025. I want to give you something, a little bit of alpha. Is quantitative easing really something that we need to have an altcoin season? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. It's your boy Crypto Millie. I'll see you in the next one.